PHThe Child in time, Sunday, 9 p.m, BBC1. After finding fame playing the idiosyncratic detective Sherlock Holmes in Marvel's superhero Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch decided he'd like to play someone more like him. That is, a family man. That's why one of our most successful acting experts has taken on the role of Stephen Lewis in The Child in Time, a new BBC1 adaptation based on the prize-winning 1987 novel by Ian McEwan. His character is a children's author and devoted father and husband, whose beloved daughter went missing during a trip to the supermarket. Despite the harrowing subject matter, Benedict, 41, was drawn to the role. "I wanted to play him," says Benedict, who has two sons, Christopher and Hal, with his theater director wife Sophie Hunter. "I had a desire to portray someone closer to me, and someone who didn't require a few hours in makeup. It was a little nerve-wracking. It's the first time I've done that for a while. Given how brightly Benedict's star is shining in Hollywood at present, it's a surprise to find him back on British TV, but he has a vested interest in The Child in Time. He's a producer too, and it's being made by his own production company, Sunnymarch. He's also a huge fan of Ian McEwan's books. It's the story of a man who loses his 4-year-old in a supermarket, and this child is born out of a very beautiful, intimate, private and caring relationship," explains Benedict of his character. But Stephen's marriage to Julie Kelly MacDonald can't survive the trauma of losing their daughter, he continues. Benedict plays a children's author and devoted father, and husband is shattered as they both go on a separate journey of grief, and they can't meet in it, and have to separate, have time apart, and come back together again. They come together again when they realize they have to accept their circumstance, her absence, and never be in denial of it, never forget it, but also live life and move on. For Kelly, the draw of the piece was its honest portrayal of love and loss. "It's very emotional, but it's not depressing," says Kelly, who has two sons, Freddie and Theodore, with her Travis bassist husband Dougie Payne. "It could have gone down that road of being depressing, but Julian Farino, the director, has got such a gentle touch. He very much wanted it to be a positive tale of love coming through loss, and I think he's managed that." September 28, 2016. The Child in Time also marks a welcome return to British TV for Kelly, 41, who's been much in demand stateside too. She starred in the Oscar-winning movie No Country for Old Men and the acclaimed HBO TV series Boardwalk Empire. "I was over in America for such a long time doing Boardwalk Empire, which was amazing, so I know I kind of missed out a lot on what was happening in the UK," she says. "Now I'm getting to work with all these amazing British actors." Benedict explains that he helped himself get into character by bringing in his own clothes to wear as Stephen. "I wanted to bring it close enough to feel really relaxed with costumes," he says. "I guess the starting point was me, if that makes sense, and then it's about going to places with your director and cast that are outside of your circumstances." What happens to Stephen and Julie is every parent's worst nightmare, and it must have been difficult to avoid taking the roles to a men's home at night. "I don't think I did," says Benedict. "If you're portraying something other in your work, then the divide is very simple. It's incredibly unhealthy to bring work home in general, and I avoid that. I didn't want to bring that subject matter into our family life. Yet The Child in Time is a dark story of loss, and every parent watching will feel keenly the horror of what's happened to this couple. Of course it's going to affect a parent reading it and watching it," says Benedict. "At the same time, it is ultimately a very enriching and lovely tale of endurance and committing to love, a love that was there before and will endure after, in this horrible acceptance of an absence." The Child in Time, Sunday, 9 p.m, BBC1.